Part of a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket is expected to crash into the moon just before midnight tonight. The nearly 9,000-pound rocket launched 18 months ago, sending 2 lunar landers into space. Now, the booster successfully returned to Earth. The other part was supposed to stay in orbit, but solar activity and gravity pushed it toward the moon. Brian Hackney breaks down the upcoming Big Bang and what scientists are hoping to learn.
It all launched from Earth, but at 11:35 Pacific time tonight, part of it is going to crash into the moon.
Scott Hildreth is an emeritus professor of astronomy at Chabot College. And Scott, what is crashing into the moon and why?
So this is an upper stage of a Falcon 9 rocket that we launched about a year and a half ago. It carried 2 instruments into space, one of which was going to look at the moon.
That was Blue Ghost 1, carrying a probe that successfully landed on the moon in March of 2025, boosted there by its upper stage fuel tank.
And once the instruments were deployed, this empty rocket, if you will, an empty gas tank, is floating around. And the moon's gravity and the sun's pushing pressure on the piece of metal gradually nudged it into a trajectory that ends up slamming into the moon and causing a big impact.
It won't be the first time. Apollo 13's booster crashed into the surface, recorded by lunar seismometers. The big question about tonight's impact.
Are we going to be able to see this from Earth?
Some people might be able to, but the impact's happening on the illuminated side of the moon, the side of the moon that we see, the daylight side, if you will. Mm-hmm. And so whatever plume of smoke or plume of material shot out from this impact is going to be really hard to see in the glare of the sun side.
NASA engineers are already working on projects that may house astronauts of the future.
Are we going to be able to learn anything scientifically from the impact?
If humans are on the moon, we want to know how these kinds of impacts could influence. Would you want to be outside if an impact occurred 100 miles away? The particles could literally penetrate a spacesuit.
Is there any possibility that the ejecta from the impact gets into an orbit where we get a meteor shower out of it?
What a good question. So there's an absolute possibility that the ejecta from this impact will go into orbit. And that means that there would be particles in space that Earth could plow through. And you and I might see a shooting star to wish upon that literally is the lunar debris from the Falcon 9 rocket hitting it.
That wouldn't happen for months if it ever did. But in the meantime, you could still have a look tonight.
It's neat to think about something happening there that's 250,000 miles away, that maybe one day in the future our kids or grandkids are up there. And because we study this now, right, maybe they're protected later.
Well, a crash like this could happen again. The moon doesn't have an atmosphere like Earth, which means when objects are pulled to it, they don't burn before colliding with the surface. Again, the crash is supposed to happen tonight around 11:35 local time, but won't likely be visible with the naked eye.